Hey, and welcome to episode 2 of the Find My Sparkle podcast. How did you go last week in documenting your desire statement? Are you completely happy with it? If not, don't worry, today might give you some ideas because today in episode 2, we are continuing on from last week where we talked about documenting your desire statement. And today we're going to look at your starting point. I guess for me, it's like it's like using a GPS. The GPS thingy doesn't know how to tell you where you're going unless it knows where you are first, right? It's got to identify your current location so that it can determine the best route to get you to your destination. Okay, so while I'm an advocate for maintaining my focus on what I do want and not on what I don't want, I still feel it's a little bit important to work out, well, where you're at, what's in your way at the moment, or what you believe might be in your way. And that will actually sort of give us an idea of what we need to do to shift those negative, chunky things that might be there. So when you read your desire statement, how does this compare to right now? What's missing? What's in your way? What's prevented you from achieving whatever it is you desire? What don't you like about your life right now? These things are your contrasts or things that you don't want. So I want you to stop the player right now, go and grab a notebook and a pen and bring it back. And we're going to draw up a 2-column table with contrasts written on the left-hand side as your heading and clarity on the other, clarity, in case I said that too quickly. And underneath oh gosh, I can't even speak today. Underneath the contrast heading, I would like you to write down all of the things you don't like about your current situation or whatever it is about your desire that's holding you back. So, for example, if you're writing or your desire statement has something about relationships, all of your contrasts will be relationship related, such as there are no good men around. I feel bad because I've not met anyone yet. I've never had the opportunity to meet someone. I feel lonely. I don't like dating. There's no single men where I live. I hate being single. I believe I'll be single forever, or men aren't attracted to me. So you can see there I've given you some possible examples of what you may be feeling at the moment. Now, once you've written down your contrast under the contrast heading, we need to shift over to the clarity side. Now, this is the really, really powerful side. So it's really important that you do this properly. So on the right-hand side, we will write the opposite of what you've written in the left-hand side. So, for example, in the contrast, you've written there's no good men around. So on the clarity side, we're writing good men are everywhere I look. On the contrast side, I feel bad because I've not met anyone yet. And on the right, I feel joy because I have finally met the man of my dreams. Woohoo! On the contrast side, I never have the opportunity to meet someone. And on clarity side, I have many opportunities to meet new people and I embrace as many of them as I can. Then we've got I feel lonely versus I feel happy and loved. We have I don't like dating versus I've discovered it can actually be fun to date and meet new people. There are no single men around where I live versus I've learned that you never know when you might meet someone and it's usually when I least expect it. I hate being single versus I have learned to love my own company and really enjoy being single even though I desire a relationship. I believe I'll be single forever versus I have finally met the love of my life and I am so excited and happy to have him in my life. And finally, men aren't attracted to me versus men love my energy and vitality and are drawn to me like magic. So they're just some examples. You could relate this same thing to money. I hate being broke versus I love having all the money I need to buy anything I want. So, does that make sense? And these lists are all part of the free ebook you get when you sign up through my website. So just go to findmysparkle.com and you'll find that there. Okay, so if you read down each side of the column, do you see a difference between each statement? So, reading back through your desire statement, do any of those clarity statements appear in there? If not, you might want to add a couple. Many people find that they have actually already put a lot of those clarity statements in there, but if you've got any missing, by all means, add them to your desire statement. Just because you've written your statement doesn't mean that you're stuck with that exact same desire statement for the rest of your life, because you all know as well as I do that, you know, your desires change. Your expectations change. They improve over time, especially if you start manifesting what it is you want. You're like, oh, okay, well, I've got this. What's wrong with something better? Until you've got the perfect man, of course, in which case you've got everything you ever needed. Kidding. Actually, I'm not, but it's everyone's different. Anyway, so we're clear on what we want. We have some clarity about where we're at as well. Now it's time to get work on shifting those beliefs, which we'll talk about next week, that are kind of holding you back. All those contrasts that you have as your current beliefs, we need to shift them into clarity statements. And it's not just a matter of reading one side and then the other. That's not going to get you there on its own. It may help, but it's certainly not going to be the be all and end all. So stay tuned for next week when we cover the daily rituals that we will use to shift your reality into something that more resembles something that you actually want. So we'll see you then.